Hello everybody, here we have third lab 3.6.6, parse different data types with Python. We will deal with the XML, JSON, and YAML formats. Let's see the big background. What is parsing? What is parsing? Parsing is basically analyze information, like retrieving information from the website, for example. Actually, in other courses, we already discussed it, how it works. Like, first of all, we fetch information from website, for example, got like very raw information, raw data, for example, HTML or something like that, and after that, we parse some specific parts of the website. So, for example, we try to get some specific headers or texts. We pick some information from the raw data. That's what we called parsing. In this lab, you will use Python to parse each data format in turn. So XAML, JSON, and YAML are formats for basically it's just extension for the files. JSON is a very basic format for the programmers. I think JSON may be explained like JavaScript object, something else. JSON. JavaScript object notation. So it's basically an object from JavaScript, but it must be put. It can be shaped in the separated file, and it usually used in API. Actually, it's very widely used for backend and front-end connection communication. Example.json. So it looks like very basic dictionary, like in Python. Dictionary, or maybe it can be just a list. Yes, because in JavaScript, objects are both arrays and dictionaries and lists. It's about the one thing. What is the difference between XAML and YAML? As I understand, YAML also widely used in development. For example, Docker Compose YAML. It's a, let me find something. I don't know, maybe here we have, no. Yeah, we must recommit config YAML. Looks interesting. Okay, it's just some config which is clearly readable by a simple human, simple developer. It's not such a strict syntax. Like, no, I understand section repo, ref hooks, but SAML config looks kinda scary. It looks like this. It's kinda similar with the HTML, but it's for also some configurations. So using an XML settings file for PowerShell scripts, but in a other way. So more strict structure. We need virtual machine. Okay, let's launch it. Parse XAML in Python. So I must use it. Put it in the file. Should it work? Yeah. Okay, and we use which library we use for it? Import XAML. Okay. Activate in virtual environment. Maybe XAML is already predefined here. Library for regular expressions. Opening the file. Array.match. We just searching for text with dots. I don't understand. Okay, let's run the script. The default operation contains merge. The test option contains set. Let's see. Default operation merge, test option set. This is it. We just find for default operation tag and parse its content, which is merge. And got it. Okay. Well, or else the same output for us. Python JavaScript object notation is a frequent requirement of interacting with REST APIs. Authorization is kind of different topic, not related to this lab. Execute a GET request to the REST API output as required to retrieve the state of the resource. Yeah, we can see how it looks. So, for example, this is my product. Yep. Here we see when I open settings, we see the request, GET request. Some payload. No, it's not payload, it's response. So response looks like this. It's basically the JSON, it looks like this. So you retrieve some information, for example, email, and show it here. This is how it works. But, for example, I can use it at the device, and send a patch request for changing information. So you see, payload is also JSON. It's also an object. There are no response because of patch request. Only the status code 200. And once again, get request, many get, post, and patch request actually. Yeah, this is it. Modify the returned JSON as needed. Execute a post to the same REST API. Again, authenticate as required. Change the state of the resource. which API should we use? It's not the task, it's just explanation of the mechanism. So an example already. Actually, what is that? So an example to parsing the response from a token request. It's bullshit. Okay, maybe somebody actually retrieves information about tokens directly from authorization request, but usually it's a best practice to use set header, set token, yep, because it's not secure way to transfer information. Okay, never mind. Task about JSON. Importing JSON YAML. Possibly YAML is not pre-built. Yeah, блин. Okay, could not find the version, but it's its file requirement. Okay, what task ChatGPT? How to install YAML package in pip. Usually it's other name. Oh, okay. Pip install PyYAML. Let's check. Yes, it works now. With opening my file. What is the content of the file? Content of the file is as follows. Access token, refresh token. Let it be example. Some new ones. Like this. Okay, print our JSON. Okay, run the script to print JSON data. Okay, we already done it. Add print statement that display the token value and how many seconds until the token expires. Okay. We see some number of seconds the access token is. Let's check. Access token is something similar. I think it's the same. Run the script, output the parsed JSON data in YAML data format. Okay, let's check. YAML dump our JSON. It looks exactly like this. So in YAML format, it looks like that. I already shown you something about it. Yeah. And should we put it in the file? The following program imports additional YAML libraries. The YAML example to parse the same YAML file you outputted in part 3. Build a script to parse YAML data. Okay, it looks like I must manually add this information to YAML file. Okay. Or I must use JSON dump. Um, no, it's no references about it. Okay. Uh, just once again opening the file. Print our YAML. No such file. Okay. YAML. YAML. Okay. And we receive the information in JSON format. Not actually in JSON format, but in the dictionary format already parsed to use in Python directly. What else? I'll put the parsed YAML data in a JSON format. Okay. Import JSON. And this is a JSON format. Looks exactly like in example.json. Similar to the script, you should see the following output. Notice that the output looks just like the myfile.json. Okay, this is the end of the lab. Basically, as I understand the task only for copy the code and explain how it works. So basically, it's just different text formats. So we have different mechanisms for parsing data. So I don't think it's much for explaining. Where is XML? Okay. So it's just a representation of information in different formats. We see this many times in our life, different languages, different formats, different syntax, you know. So the programming language is the best tool to quickly analyze this information. That's all for this lab. Yep. Thank you for watching. Expect very good grades. Have a good time. Have a good day. Thank you for the